F1 makes gods on Sunday and shows the cracks by Monday. Today, it's the cracks. Red Bull, blunt force at the front. 2 cars, 1 gravitational pull. When it's right, the rest of the grid is scenery. When it isn't, you hear it first. Clipped radio.
Okay, Max, radio check.
Yeah.
White line gambles, a plan grinding its teeth. Max Verstappen. When the car is singing and the plan is clean, he turns a Grand Prix into arithmetic. Pace, placement, tire life. Done. Max winning a race. The hairline shows up on compromised days. Wrong tire at the wrong time. A safety car that cuts across the strategy, or a setup window that won't fully open. That's when he lives on the white paint trying to manufacture inevitability. Knife-edge exits, track limit whispers, and a radio so laser-focused it can narrow the whole pit wall's view. Max on radio. Think of the white line festivals at places like Austria, everyone flirting with deletions, and Max still hunting perfect laps in imperfect windows. Or Singapore on an off weekend. Thicker traffic than he's used to, trying to end a 5-move puzzle in one. The intensity is a weapon, and once in a blue moon, it bites back. Give him clean air, and he deals in checkmates. Put him in a cage, and the instinct to force the win shows through the radio, the lines, the body language. The boring fix is the best one. Trust the slow kill when the quick kill isn't there. When he does, good night. When he doesn't, the white lines tell the story. Yuki Tsunoda. The speed is real, and the maturity curve finally points up, but heat still flickers. On the radio, in traffic, and in the last third of a stint.
Carrier's not racing.
Be exciting all the race long, isn't it, when they've got full fuel loads?
It's a Silverstone sprint race and a Spa feature. Let's go and hear from him.
Not allowed to try and restart the car if the marshals push you.
What?
Early career blue flag flashpoints and move yell fests are giving way to calmer laps, yet the habit can resurface when the pack stacks and the tires go glossy. In trains, he sometimes hurries the moment. A rushed exit here, a nibble over a marbles line there, and suddenly the rears are a lap older than they should be. You see it at high-deg races where patience pays and emotion charges interest. Flip the switch, breathe on the delta, and he's nasty to pass. Lift coast measured, exits tidy, no cheap penalties. Let the red mist roll in and the result leaks out of the sidewalls. The ceiling hasn't moved. Discipline is the key in the door. From sledgehammer to scalpel. Mercedes. Polished steel, hairline fractures. 2 drivers, 1 microscope. The shine is real, the margin for error is microscopic. George Russell. On Saturdays, he can make a car look neater than it is. Give him a clean stint on Sunday, and he measures out pace like medicine. The wobble arrives when the field compresses. In a DRS snake, he'll hurry the pass, lean the fronts early to break free, and the tires answer by going glassy just when he needs to bite. Late in the day, that urgency can turn into risk. Optimistic overlaps, razor margins, the one extra move a stint won't forgive. You've seen the pattern. Circuits like Jeddah or Imola punish front-end heat. The train won't brake, the fronts won't cool, the window shrinks.
And we approached Barcelona with something of a different mindset, and in a track which would have murdered our tyres if we'd gone at it like we did in Imola and Monaco.
And on outlier days, chasing a podium in the mirrors of a rival, the line drifts a centimetre wide, and the wall reminds everyone how thin the edge is. Think Singapore's last lap heartbreak. Russell crash in Singapore.
Lando's still pushing the win. Russell's off! George Russell into the wall and out of the race! The British driver who was charging for victory is out on the last lap and he's in the Tech Pro.
No! The fix isn't romantic. Build exits, protect the rubber, let the move arrive. When he does, he's ice. When he doesn't, the accordion wins. Kimi Antonelli.
Kimi's ready.
Does the teddy bear have a name?
The teddy bear? Yeah, actually. Toto Bear. He's taking care of the trophy, so it's good. He's doing a good job.
The hands are quiet, the ceiling is loud. What he's learning is the marathon. 300 kilometers of tire and energy pacing while decoding live strategy at full speed and playing traffic chess with veterans who lie with their brake lights. Practice and sprints teach you lines. Monza's T1 accordion, Monaco's pit exit blend, and interleague restart teach you survival at race tempo. The raw car control translates. The GP lengthcraft needs mileage. Finish stints, finish races, finish learning. The speed will carry the rest. McLaren, orange knives, sharper edges. 2 blades in papaya. The cut comes down to the first 30 seconds. Lando Norris. When rhythm locks, he makes fast cars look inevitable. The leak is in the tiniest windows. Launches, restarts, and those first lap knife fights where a win is born or buried. A Saudi quali shunt turned into a week of mental fragility headlines. The critique hangs because on Sundays he can be too tidy when the title alphas go elbows out. You see it in safety car restarts or DRS trains. The door stays half open on defense, the decisive punch waits 1 beat, and the chance thins. Fridays don't help. He'll chase feel long enough that Saturday's margin shrinks. Then the team's call and his call both have to be perfect to get the same result. None of this doubts the pace, it doubts the sequence. Nail the launch, stamp the restart, and the car does the violence. Leave a crack, and the day becomes a very fast lesson. Oscar Piastri. Clinical and low drama, he prints clean laps and cashes them. The polish to come is in the dirty air grind. Nursing rears over very long stints while building a pass that sticks and pulling the trigger sooner when he's parked behind a slower car. In changeable conditions, the confidence arrives, but not always first. The opening lap on a half-wet track can take a breath before the pace shows. Give him clear air and he's a metronome. Give him a stacked train and the assertiveness needs half a click more. It's not a flaw so much as unfinished metal, the kind that hardens with miles. Ferrari. Myth in red paint, margins in microns. 2 helmets, 1 cathedral. The romance is loud, the mistakes whisper on replays. Charles Leclerc. On Saturdays, he can hurt people, the hero lap that makes everyone else look undercaffeinated. The trap is chasing it 1 push too many. That's where the tiny cuts live, track limit deletions, last-ditch lockups, the banker tossed for a 10th that isn't there. We've seen the pattern everywhere, from castle walls in Baku to Monaco poles that became headaches. The speed is real, the margin microscopic, and sometimes the bill arrives on Sunday. In traffic, he'll pick his fights, but the elbows can tuck in a beat early against the real bruisers, turning an even duel into a concession that needs a fresh set to repair. The fix is dull and devastating. Lay a banker, then 1 bullet, don't empty the mag. When the knife is sharp, and the discipline matches it, he looks exactly like the driver his fanbase chants about, Lewis Hamilton. The Sunday brain is still there, reading races like sheet music, nursing tires that don't want to be nursed, making traffic look slower than it is. The edge dulls on Saturdays, the peak lap isn't automatic anymore, and when grip belief is low, the outlap undercut play can shade conservative and let the window close. Add new colors on the wall and a different rhythm in the garage, and the early stretch in red looked muted. Clean drives, light on podiums, a step behind the teammate while the fit settled in. Fridays can be narrow too, chasing the front end through FP1, FP2, then finding it overnight and arriving on time for the points, not the headlines. Give him a platform on Saturday and he still turns Sunday into geometry. Starve him of it, and you feel the car more than the resume. Aston Martin. Green ambition on a balanced tightrope. 1 surgeon with 1,000 tricks, 1 talent who needs the weekend to believe first. Fernando Alonso. Give him front-end bite, and he turns rubber into position, stretching stints, flipping track maps, making the overcut look like sorcery. Miss that balance and qualifying becomes a knife edge. A millimeter too deep here, a snap there. Q3 turns into a coin toss. On Sundays, he'll sometimes overmanage the first stint, protecting life, losing track position, then spend the next 20 laps repaying a debt to clean air. And the radio gamesmanship? Useful as a tool, distracting when it becomes the point. While he's baiting, the car ahead can sneak out of DRS range. Think street circuits where the Q3 window is microscopic, or high-deg openers like Bahrain, where an early undercut is king. When the scalpel is sharp before stop 1, he looks inevitable. When it isn't, the day becomes a chess match he shouldn't have to play. Lance Stroll. When the confidence is up, the 1 lap pops and the wet touch shows. Istanbul 2020 didn't happen by accident, and every rainy qualifying since reminds you the feel is real. The slope is belief. An early FP1 wobble can echo into a muted Saturday, and heavy brake duels still house judgment calls that turn marginal into messy. Lockups into chicanes, a nose in a gap that's already closing, cheap wings traded for cheaper positions.
Out of the curb. Big crash on board with Lance Stroll. He was trying to wring the neck of the speed there, and he finds the barrier.
Lance, car is safe. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Against elite teammates, the one-lap deficit compounds everything. Start a rowback, fight dirtier air, make harder choices. The ingredients haven't left. The oven just needs the right temperature from Friday onward. Alpine. Blue suits, narrow windows. Small operating window, big personality. When it clicks, they look tidy. When it doesn't, the car dares you to overreach. Pierre Gasly. Give him a balanced platform and he's efficient. Clean lines, clean exits, points by attrition. But messy weekends lure him into trying to will a lap into existence. Track limit trims on push laps, a lockup chasing that final 10th radio heat when traffic turns the delta red. You've seen the shape of it on tight, curve-heavy circuits. One nibble too much, lap deleted. Next run, press harder. Fronts complain, story repeats. In races, a letterbox setup window turns every pass into a high-risk needle thread, and frustration leaks onto the airwaves. Keep the platform simple, pick your fights and he cashes. Complicate it, and the car writes IOUS, Franco Colapinto. Composed, adaptable, and learning at full speed. The homework is the GP Marathon, holding tire and energy targets for 300 kilometers while reading the pack's tells in 3 wide stacks. Safety car restarts, pit exit blends, half-wet laps. Each asks for confidence now, not after a lap to settle. Early stints can fade a touch when he's parked in dirty air. Wet to dry calls can be a beat cautious. That's mileage talking, not talent. The more laps he logs, the less the car surprises him, and the more the results stop hiding. Williams, brave Saturdays, busy Sundays. White and blue punch above weight on one lap, the race asks them to defend a castle with paper shields. Alex Albon. He qualifies where the car shouldn't, clean, committed and clever with lines. The tax comes due on Sunday, from higher up the grid. Opening lap scrums at T1 funnels can cost the track position he fought for, and once the big teams light the undercut, he's stuck choosing between protecting the outlap or saving the tyre for the next 10.
A tricky weekend from start to finish, with weather really affecting a lot of the sessions, especially on Friday and Saturday. We also had a very large update on Alex's car, which brought good performance, as you saw during the race. An exciting weekend though with weather because it provides opportunity, and that's exactly what happened. You saw through qualifying, we're actually fastest.
On wet to dry days, the first switch can skew cautious. A lap late on inters or slicks, and the whole midfield pours through the door. When he guards the start and times the stop, it looks like theft. When he doesn't, it looks like gravity. Carlos Sainz. Method beats mayhem. He's a calculator when the race breathes. The leaks are early and cold, launches that give up a row, first lap risk calls that tilt conservative or chaotic with nothing in between, and safety car restarts where the fronts need a lap longer than the pack will allow. Strategy forks add one more trap. Think box now or cover later. And a half beat of latency turns track position into homework. When the call lands a lap sooner and the tires are hot exactly when the lights go out, he prints points. Miss either, and it's recovery drives by the book. Racing Bulls, junior badge, senior traffic, apprenticeship and rush hour, same fights, fewer freebies. Liam Lawson, calm hands, clean reads. He looks like a full-timer even when the seat time is thin. The rust risk shows up in rhythm moments, a VSC-SC window where the delta math needs to happen instantly, or a late restart where the tires are hot but the timing isn't. Against top team drivers, he can leave a sliver of daylight, enough to get pinched into T1 elbows and spend 5 laps paying for one cautious apex. The pace is there, the job is keeping it while juggling the brief, hit the stop on the lap, switch the mode, protect the rubber and still have teeth. More laps fix half of it. The rest is already in his head. Isaac Hajar. The peak lap bites. The problem is making every lap look like that one. Q1 hums, Q2 wobbles, Q3 goes missing. That's the rookie profile. On Sundays, the homework is discipline. Hold the long run pace in a DRS snake, read the battery, leave space where the pack compresses, and still come out with a nose ahead. He'll try assertive lines into Monza's first chicane or Jeddah's sweepers. The trick is picking the one that doesn't turn into a slow motion penalty. Smooth the peaks, raise the floor, and the race stops feeling like a test. Kick Sauber, Audi. Audi colors, tight margins. Small edges decide everything. One good Saturday, one long Sunday. Nico Hülkenberg. On one lap he draws straight lines, tidy inputs, sharp rotations, a banker that lands him in the sweet spot of P7 to P10. The race rewrites it. Lap 1 is cautious into Monza's T1 or Jeddah's T1 to T2, giving up a car or two to stay whole. The long run asked for heat he spent in quali, and the fronts whisper not today, just as the pack wakes up. Now he's defending into the pit cycle, hoping a well-timed safety car gifts the track position the car can't take back on merit. On street tracks like Monaco, where passing is a myth that Saturday Silk holds, anywhere the tire bite matters, Sunday asks for steel he's still hunting in this machinery. The craft is there, turn it into teeth over 300 kilometers, and the points stop needing a plot twist. Gabriel Bortoleto. The hands are smooth, the theory is tire-friendly, but the grid hands you veteran problems fast. Traffic turns the brake trace wobbly, mixed condition laps pick at confidence, and stint deltas drift when he's parked in dirty air. A rookie will always try one assertive line too early, into a Monza chicane or a Sao Paulo restart, and learn where the stewards live. This isn't a missing toolset, it's a timing issue. Read the pack's tempo, optimize the battery while you breathe, and the car stops surprising him. The day the inputs match the chaos, the rookie tag starts to peel. Haas, hard miles, sharper elbows. Points are a knife bite. The invoice arrives Monday. Esteban Ocon. Stubborn in a duel and thrifty on tires, he'll grind a car into the points when the math says maybe. The fray shows up in traffic clusters and inside the same garage. History says that when the stakes rise, elbows rise. Side-by-side squeezes that turn grey space into carbon dust, and radio back and forth that heats the room while the race keeps moving. In midfield scrums, Austria's T3 stacks, Jeddah's walls, Sao Paulo restarts. One optimistic overlap can boomerang into a penalty or a front wing bill. Strategy can tilt reactive too. A copy a beat late on a stop call, cover gone, track position converted into homework. Keep the mirrors calm and the messages clean, and the pace he already has does the rest. Oliver Behrman. Brave on the brakes, tidy under pressure. His Jeddah cameo proved the hands are calm when the lights go out. The stretch is the full 300 kilometers, keeping life in the tires from lap 30 onward, holding pace in dirty air without cooking the rears, and surviving T1 funnels against veterans who sell dummies for a living. Safety car restarts and half-wet laps ask for conviction now, not after a sighting lap. None of that is missing talent. It's timing. More mileage, cleaner launches, earlier heat in the fronts, and the same boldness that wins him, corners starts winning him Sundays. Every strength casts a shadow. If I missed a crack or patched one too hard, tell me where. Like, subscribe, drop your receipts in the comments, and I'll see you on the next lap.